Hello, good morning. I know I scheduled this for 11 a.m. today, and then I'm caught up in some stuff, being a holiday weekend also. I'm going to do a little chat this morning off camera, but I'll be back again at 1 o'clock today for conversations with my friend Christine, and we will be on camera. And this morning, I'm Cheryl Dian, by the way, and I'm an image consultant, author, trainer, speaker, the whole nine yards. And the topic today is a very, well, some might say controversial. I say it's a must needed conversation, a must needed thing that we need to talk about, to be honest with ourselves about, because it's getting very much out of hand. And I know that I am not, well, as far as the YouTube community is concerned, I am nobody, barely some subscribers, and, not really um, counted among, the elite in the YouTube community. But I thought I'd lend my voice to this. To the women who want to listen to me, and to the men in society who want to hear me, and to those human beings who want to be honest with life and about this life. Let us be honest. Women are right now almost like an endangered species. I see people spending millions of dollars across the earth to save endangered animals, to save endangered species. I've seen it happen, like, with turtles, with different types of animals. I've seen it happen. Why are we not looking and seeing that God's beautiful creation of woman is under attack? And this is not meant to attack anybody. God, I believe in God. God created all of us and gave each and every one of us the opportunity to be and to do whatever we want to do. He did not put anybody in a stronghold and say we have to be this way or we have to be that way. Because the Bible, which I live by, also says that every man, and that man meaning mankind, has to give account for themselves. So mankind have to give an account for themselves. Okay, in the days when the Bible was written, it didn't have all this controversy about calling people man and woman and whatever it was, right? So it was just man. Man, he made man. He made man in his image, right? He made all of us, right? So whether we are female or male, he made man, mankind. Let's get that clear. Not attacking anybody at all. I am willing to speak to anybody, cohabitate with anybody. I mean, like in the workplace and stuff, as long as we're doing what we need to do legally. But I'm seeing in the news where women are really being attacked. And the funny part of the whole thing is not the funny haha part, but the funny, strange, funny part is that I see women defending this. I want to say that we need to rise up, as the song says, and look at who we are. We are the nurturers here on this earth. We are the ones who bring forth the babies. If that could have happened inside of a lab, trust me, man would have tried to do it already. They can't produce the babies in a lab. I know they do the in vitro stuff and they set up all of the embryos and stuff, but it still has to reach to full fruition inside of a woman's womb. We are valuable human beings on this earth. And anybody could decide who they want to be. And I don't know, from my point of view, why people feel they're being attacked if a woman said she's a woman. And why don't we speak the truth? You know, that when you're born a male, you have a different body structure to a female, and therefore you have a different type of strength to a female. And, we know there are strong women who have lift iron and build muscle. They still do not have the composition of a man. And we know there are men who might be a little weaker, slender in build or whatever it is, but it's still not, not a female. I used to live in a neighborhood where we had a neighbor and her husband. He was a kind of a small man, small in stature, height, built, and she was more of a tall, what we call in Trinidad, strapping, solid woman, you know. And I remember they had a lot of domestic, V in that house. And who was the perpetrator of this? It was that little man who was doing that to that woman of that size. And I remember my mother saying, so she can't fight him back. Why she doesn't she why she does she allow him to do that to her? But now that I'm an full adult, I can say that probably she felt she couldn't. She felt it wasn't something she could do because she is female. And we are naturally tender and softer than the male. So why is there debate? Why is there a question after human beings have been on earth for so many thousands of years? Why is there a debate? And why is there anger when the question is asked? I want to know. People, live your life. Live how you feel you want to live. Do what you need to do. Build a community. There are many communities that the Aborigines, that they have many people living in certain areas who they feel like that's who they are. The other time when blacks lived in certain areas because they couldn't mix with other people because they were black, right? Form your own community. Do your thing. If that's you feel that's who you are. But please stop attacking females and women. There's a popular YouTube channel I listen to, which I think I need to step away from because sometimes I feel that. So I'm not the best and I'm not popular in YouTube. I know that, right? Nobody listens, few views, but I'll be persistent and maybe one day I'll get the recognition that I need that I seek in the YouTube family. But sometimes they jump on there with every little sensational things. Lindsay Lohan is pregnant. Da, 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 da. There's a man, and then he has these females who are actively part of his channel. And sometimes they behave in a way like, like really, really? Is that really new? Is that what YouTube is allowing? We can't say certain words, but we could use obscene language. And they could come on there with all kind of petty things about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and all kinds of stuff. Yet, when a certain YouTuber or actor and activist got some endorsements and stuff, they came on there and they defended that. I personally really don't care about that person doing what they're doing. I am not that thin-skinned to want to get involved in that and be upset about something like that. I see that's comedy. I don't feel threatened by that person deciding to be how many days female or a woman or a girl or whatever it is. I am not offended by that. But I'm not going to defend that person's behavior. I feel, honestly, when I looked at it, I hope it's 100% acting because that person looks as though they need help. And I don't know why people are encouraging that behavior, but help that person because that person seems to be spiraling out of control as far as I could see. And I may be wrong, I'm not a therapist. But from my human eyes, that's what I see. Women, let us begin to support each other. We don't do that enough. We don't. There's always a backbiting. There's always something. We look up to the wrong people. We give away our power to the wrong people, to the media who just want to take a line and run with it. We know that mainstream media is a whole bunch of confusion. We know that some of the YouTubers, some of them who I like, who I follow, when it comes to politics, they are a whole bundle of mess. I live in the Caribbean. And I sat on January 6, 2020, and I looked at something happen on my TV screen. And some of them are trying to tell me that what I saw didn't really happen. So maybe here in the Caribbean, you're getting a different stream. Maybe I was seeing things differently. Maybe I didn't hear what I hear. Maybe I didn't see what I saw. But we need to be careful. Truth is what makes you free. At the end of the day, we could say whatever we want to say, and it will never change the truth. The truth will always prevail. It comes out. We've heard of many years of mystery, of people finding, remember the boy in the box? After how many years they found out who he was, his identity? Because the truth came out. Doesn't matter how long it takes, the truth comes out. Let us learn to be truthful. Let us stop idolizing the wrong people. Woman, I'm speaking to you, back to speaking to you again. I know I've been rambling a few seconds there, though. Let us come back to being who we are, honoring and respecting each other. Please let us do that. We look at Real Housewives, stupid shows with women, overdressed, right? Showing things that are not real, homes that we find out that are all leased, cars are leased, jewelry fake, just to make a show and just to make other folks who feel that they're ordinary, know that they think that they're ordinary, want to step up to those ideals where there's no ideal to step up to. The one who's going to prison this month, Jen Shah, is that her name? The house was leased, the cars were leased, the jewelry was fake. So all of that, you know, is to note. Those are not real women. That's not a real life. A real life is in finding love, having family, sometimes having a job or having a business that you have to work at, having good friends in your life, having good health. Health is your wealth. That's real life. I know they put these shows on for people to look at, for entertainment, but it's time as women we step up to the plate. We just came off of a month of Women's History Month. And I don't know why we keep celebrating that, And they talked about the theme was embracing equity. Quite frankly, I was like, okay, so we want to embrace equity. But we allowing others to come in our space, use our bathrooms, cuss at us, want to fight us, okay, for our space, right? And then we fight against each other. Because what we do, we get on Facebook and any social media and we tell others that they're ugly, that they're not pretty, that they're not nice. And somebody makes an objective opinion about something, suddenly you're a hater. And every word, everything is a crime. I listened to a woman on TikTok called Candice Owens a criminal because she spoke about her body weight. Oh, I don't talk about people's body weight, right? We know health means you got to take care of your body. If you're underweight, it could be detrimental to your health. If you're overweight, it can also be detrimental to your health. But we ought not to be shaming each other. We ought to be helping each other. I would like to see more programs with women getting together and really working together. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. We are in danger. If we keep on going down this path, pretty soon we'll go back to segregation, like in the old days, and we'll see instead of bathrooms for whites and bathrooms for blacks, we'll be seeing a bathroom for women or I don't know what we see. We probably not be able to say that we are women anymore. Our spaces are being invaded. We don't need males in our bathrooms. We don't need males wearing our clothes. If they want to do it, fine. But we really don't need to share our spaces with men. I can throw it out there. Maybe those who feel they need to change who they are could form a whole community. They are communities and live their own lives. Nobody's going to bother them, I don't think. I mean, they might have a few people who, there are people who always seem to want to get involved in other people's business. But I thought I'd come this morning and talk about this because it's not weighing heavy on me because I know who I am and I'll definitely continue to stand for who I am. And I'm not going to get involved in controversies and I'm not going to comment on people acting foolishly on YouTube or anywhere else. And if the big companies feel they want to endorse because they're afraid that they're losing their power and if they don't get involved in those things, well, like I said in the beginning, I'm a Bible-believing Christian woman. And in my Bible, it says, every mankind, meaning man, woman, child, not children, man and woman, will have to give an account for themselves. So I say, let them do what they're doing. Hats off to them. Let them do what they're doing. There comes a point in time in life when they have to answer. You know what's amazing? Just had well, somebody who I consider to be family. I grew up with that next to that person. He was like a second father, uncle, my parents, one of my parents' best friends, and he recently passed away. So we had the funeral and everything else. He was an old man. He lived a full life. And for most of it, except for last year when he was not so well, he was really good, really nice gentleman. And I looked at it and I said to my sister, I say, he's probably one of the last ones of my father's friends who was able to talk to us and, remind us of things we did when we were young and everything else, take our pictures as children and stuff, especially at this Easter time. Every Easter Sunday, we went to church and you came back, we started to sit on our lawn and he would take our family pictures and our little dresses and stuff with our little bunnies and little bags and hats. That's the memory I have of him. But we all have to go that way. Why don't we learn to enjoy this walk called life and this journey? Because this is not a rehearsal. We don't get to come back here. I don't care what people say. Those who said they went and they came back and they saw things. I really don't believe that. I do not believe. I'm not a believer in that. I feel that when you're gone from here, your soul goes back. It's waiting, as far as I am concerned, First Thessalonians, it's waiting for the risen Christ to come back for his people. That's what the Bible says. And you got to believe in something or you believe in nothing. It said so there. And the body goes back to the dust from which it came. It goes back to the dust. Why don't we enjoy this journey here? Because there's another journey, if you believe, after the death, after we pass away. There's another journey. But we have to wait for that. And we have a Savior who came and died. We just celebrated his resurrection yesterday so that we can live here on earth and have life and have it more. Keyword, more abundantly. Why don't we embrace that? Why don't we embrace that? Woman, let us begin to love one another. If we don't, we can't expect anybody else to love us. And stop participating in things that you know are not right just because you want to stay relevant. That's tantamount to lying. That's like all those doctors who are getting the honorary doctorate and just feel proud calling themselves doctors all over the place. I'm doctor this and doctor that. Get a life and be real. Faking something doesn't make it real. Social media, most of the posts are fake. They're not real. Not real. Not by any stretch of the imagination. They are not real. Let us get it right. Okay? Just thought I'd come on today on this Easter Monday morning and chat. I'll be back at 1 o'clock with my friend Christine and I'll be on camera. I'll get myself organized and get ready. And I'll be on camera. We'll have a nice conversation. And you know what today's title of the television is? Like, what the hell? What the hell? What's happening? What the hell? Right? And I know people don't want to hear about this. They want to hear controversies about men wearing bras and who divorced who and who did what to who. But you know what? We'll keep our conversations the way real women are supposed to have conversations. We don't compete with each other. We always do things to try to complete each other. So I'll be back at 1 o'clock. I'm Cheryl Diane and I'm signing off. Take care. See you at 1 p.m. today, Eastern Time.